Welcome back to What's the Buzz in Western New York. Do you need help sorting through Social Security or disability claims? John DeShulo takes us to a hometown law firm that is here to help.
Attorney Dan Smith, give us the hometown background of Nicholas, Perot, Smith, Bernhardt, and Zosh.
Well, it started back in 1976. We're actually celebrating our 40th year of helping out injured people in Western New York. And it originally started with John Nicholas, and he started the firm above the Bank of Akron. And originally they worked there for up until 1986, and they moved out here onto Route 5.
Dan, something interesting you talk about in how you discuss your clients' needs is that one call does it all. Explain that.
Best way is to give you an example. You know, you're a pizza man and you get rear-ended on Kenmore Avenue. Not only do you have to know auto accident law, insurance law, no-fault law, there's a workers' compensation component to it, so you need to know workers' compensation law. There also could be a Social Security disability issue if you're out of work for a prolonged period of time. So instead of having this compartmentalized law firm, we handle every part of your case. And one really outstanding thing about our firm is when you call, you talk to an attorney. You don't talk to a claims investigator, you don't talk to a paralegal, you talk most of the time to me. And if you're not up to meeting with us personally at our office, we're delighted just to come out to the house and sit down with you and explain it to you face to face.
Attorney Michael Zosh, one of your specialties here is workers' compensation cases. They're quite complex.
I would recommend anybody that has a claim to get counsel, because if you don't, there's no way you can navigate the workers' compensation system by yourself properly. The workers' compensation system in New York State has a medical treatment guideline that physicians have to follow. So a doctor just can't do what they want to do without sometimes getting permission. Sometimes things are pre-authorized, but other times they have to make a request. Another thing in workers' compensation that comes up quite often is someone might have a prior back injury. So then the carrier is raising issues like, well, this is from the old back injury, not the new back injury. It's what we call an apportionment issue or a pre-existing condition. So those are heavily litigated in workers' compensation, and there's many, many things that can go wrong if you're not protected with having an attorney. This firm brought me here to establish our workers' compensation division of this firm, and I've been doing it since May of 2000.
Attorney Craig Bernhardt, one of the specialties that you practice here is auto accident cases. There's so many things that somebody needs to do in a very short amount of time if they are involved in an auto accident. Explain.
It is important. When it initially occurs, there's a lot of fact-finding that you want to be able to do initially. Investigators can obtain witness statements, obtain police reports, maybe photographs of the scene, and it's important to do those things early on because what a lot of people don't realize is over the passage of time, the scene of the collision may change. Witnesses' memories may become less clear than they are immediately after the collision, so it's important to obtain that information early on to really be able to nail down the facts that are specific to the case. And with respect to an auto case, there are time deadlines that are very important to comply with, things that a lot of people don't realize. You've got to file insurance information. There's a no-fault application that has to be filled out within 30 days and sent to the insurance company. Depending on the type of coverage that you have, there are some specific letters of intent that have to be sent to your insurance company very early on. So it is important, in my opinion, to go ahead and really contact an attorney early on to be able to digest and obtain those facts.
Craig, another specialty of yours is nursing home neglect.
I've seen some horrific things over the years in dealing with nursing home neglect and nursing home abuse, and what we call it is profits over people. We've come to learn that the industry is a broken industry, and we feel that the industry as a whole doesn't provide sufficient services and sufficient staffing levels to meet the needs of the residents in those facilities. And as a result, it spirals out of control. I mean, you see all sorts of neglect from all different levels, anywhere from falls, multiple falls and injuries, to pressure wounds, pressure sores, dehydration, malnutrition. And the people are in those facilities to be taken care of. You know, the facility knows what those needs are, and quite often they're not met.
Attorney Larry Perot, one of the things that you work with here are Social Security disability cases. How do you sort that out for a client?
I work with people who have a disability of one type or another. It could be by reason of a traumatic occurrence, such as a collision or a fall. It might be the result of a disease process, or it could be a birth condition. And what we try to do is to help them to get the benefits that they're entitled to because they've earned them through their working history, so that they can help to make ends meet and lead a normal life again. People can apply for Social Security disability on their own or with the assistance of an attorney. It could be done online, it could be done by telephone, or I prefer to do it in person. I'm the type of attorney, I'll work with my clients hand in hand. I'll go with them to their first appointment. I don't wait until they've already been denied, but most people are denied. Probably over 80% are denied when they make their applications for Social Security disability benefits. At that point, we intervene to help to prepare the case, gather the evidence necessary for them to win their case when it finally gets in front of an administrative law judge. I would recommend applying as soon as possible. The reason being, from the time you make your initial application to the time a preliminary determination is made, is usually about 6 months. And if it's favorable to you, well, that's great, your benefits will begin. If it's a denial, as most are, that starts the appeals process, which can take 18 to 24 months. So for those people who are hesitant, I would say it's worth it to meet with an attorney, find out what your rights are, and try to get the proceedings started as soon as you can.
Attorney Larry Perot, you're also involved in personal injury cases. Talk to me about what that means and what the process is here.
I've been doing a lot of that work for a long time. I also do estates and wills for people. And all of these areas kind of overlap a little bit. You know, that's one thing about our firm. We try to take the attitude, one call does it all. But what that really means to the client is this: you won't have to have a separate lawyer handling your injury case, handling your workers' comp case, handling your Social Security disability case, gathering 3 times the record, taking 3 times the time. We'll do it all for you right here. You'll have a personal relationship with your attorney who's handling each segment of your case.
You can connect with the law firm of Nicholas, Perot, Smith, Bernhardt, and Zosh, where one call does it all. They're at 12364 Main Road in Akron, New York. Give them a call toll-free at 1-888-NPS-LAWS. That's 1-888-677-5297. Or locally at area code 716-542-5413. And you can find Nicholas, Perot, Smith, Bernhardt, and Zosh online at npslaws.com.
That's it for this edition of What's the Buzz in Western New York. Remember to like WBBZ-TV on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I look forward to seeing you again on your hometown Me TV station.